So I ordered a book like a month ago, and Derek just texted me that Amazon delivered my book. So it was a pre-order, that's why it was a month ago. So let's go. I don't know if you can hear my neighbors screaming at each other, but let's go get the book. Sleeping, but this feels way bigger than because the books in the series are usually kind of thinner. So oh, I didn't even need a knife for this. Oh, this is so satisfying. I don't know if you can see, but the book edges are frayed. Oh my god, it just was so classic. I've been waiting for 5 years for this book to come out. I was not expecting. See, my camera cut off earlier, but it's here. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. It's a lot thicker than the usual books by this writer. Author? I don't know if you guys want a shot of the back. Here in the dark, dusty corners of my mind, I feel a strange relief. I am always welcome here. In my loneliness and my sadness, in this abyss there is a rhythm I remember, the steady drop of tears, the temptation to retreat, the shadow of my past. The life I choose to forget will never forever forget me. Oh, this author is just, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, I like the simple white cover. Ooh, living for this mint color. My past still clings to me, skeleton hands holding me back even as I push forward into the light. Wow, if that's not recovery, I don't know what is. So just, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I have read every one of her books, but I only own these 3. I know this one. But just, oh my gosh, so satisfying. Ah! Sorry, that's my favorite character. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna reread the series before I read this one because I like to know exactly what, I don't know, I just like to see it, I like to feel it first, because I feel like if I just jump in I won't get the effect as much. Like every time I would get a new Twilight book or a new Harry Potter book, I'd always reread the beginning from the beginning, so I know them really well. But that is how I'll spend like probably tomorrow and the day after. Probably just tomorrow. I'll probably finish, I don't know, I can do one Harry Potter book in about 12 hours. Well, the bigger books, not the smaller books I can do like in 4 or 5. So this is about, I want to say Goblet of Fire, maybe Order of the Phoenix, or Half-Blood Prince. Half-Blood Prince is a little smaller, but definitely nowhere near Deathly Hallows, but it is pretty thick, and the words are not that small, but they are. Okay, I'm not going to show it because you should buy this book. You should buy this series. Did I not say this series? It's the Shatter Me series. I talk about these books all the time, but no one ever knows what I'm talking about. These books by this beautiful woman of color. Oh my god. Sorry. That's what it feels like. I feel like, what's that character from Hey Arnold? The one that was obsessed with Helga?
I forgot.
But I feel like him. That's what I feel like right now. Anyways, yes, these books, get them. They're so good. So I have read quite a few book series. Obviously, the Twilight, middle school, not my proudest moment, but I read them. 50 Shades, not the best. Twilight, not, I didn't mean to say Twilight again. I meant to say Harry Potter. Not even on the same realm, my bad. J.K. Rowling, I'm so sorry. I read the Percy Jackson series. I stopped because I was getting a little too obsessed, and I didn't feel comfortable with that anymore. And then people ask me all the time why I gave up on the stuff. Is it time to talk about the Lord on this channel? Derek, you think it's time to talk about the Lord?
Yes.
The Lord didn't give me peace with that anymore. I didn't feel comfortable. So like, we all have a spirit, and the way to accept the Lord into our spirit is just by calling on his name. And I've been a believer in the Lord since I was like 17. I feel like I always knew there was a God, but I didn't know who was God. And at 17 I found Jesus Christ and saved me saved me from myself, because Lord knows I was not a good person in high school. I was a jerk. I hated everyone and anything, and hated myself more than everything. So if I was mean to you in high school, I'm really sorry. I'm a different person now. At least I hope so. I feel like the Lord has transformed everyone slowly. I've noticed a change in my friends, like, from high school. They're all posting more about the Lord, and I'm like, hallelujah, like, the Lord needs to gain more people. But anyways, so I don't know how old I was. I was 17 when I got saved and then rebaptized, but I feel like at the age of 19, 20 is when I got baptized for the 3rd time. The first time I was a baby, and it doesn't really count, in my opinion. The second one when I was 17, but I didn't know what it meant to give my life over to the Lord. To me, it was, for me, like, when I first got saved and baptized, it was beautiful, and I was like, yes, Lord, I love you and I want you as my savior. But when I didn't really realize what it meant. Like, I didn't realize I don't know, I changed my life, but I feel like it didn't click in my brain how much it was really supposed. Sorry, I'm going to turn the viewfinder around so I can stop looking at it. It didn't click in my brain how much it meant to me, or how much it didn't mean as much to me as it did later on in life. So after I got baptized and saved, 18 and 19 were really bad for me. I went through some of the worst years of my life. Just depression and suicidal thoughts and actions, and it was not cute. I was in a wormhole. I was lost in despair, and I eventually moved over to Diamond Bar, and I told my older sister, told my older sister Adriana, shout out to Germany, that I was kind of done living in the valley. I was really done living. I was done living, honestly. I needed to die. And I was just thinking how I needed to die to myself. And I moved to Diamond Bar. And hallelujah, it was a life-changing year for me. I got reconnected to the Lord. I realized how assured my salvation was, that no matter how hard I tried, I would never lose my salvation. that the Lord is always with me regardless of how I feel about it. He's always there. And I just gave my life completely, consecrated my life to the Lord. I probably should do that more, but I consecrated my life to the Lord 100% because He saved me from myself and He saved others from me, because I was such... I feel like I can be like a really controlling, manipulative person, and that can be a positive and a negative. Positive in the fact that I feel like, I don't know, it can be a good or a bad thing, and I was not leading people to good things. I was leading people to myself, and I should be leading people to the Lord. But anyways, I got rebaptized at the age of 20 or 21, and I said, Lord, I found my home. You are my home. Lord, I found a reason to live, because waking up every day and just doing nothing and going to school, going to work, oh, it's such a... I didn't see a point in it, and I was like, if I'm just one day gonna die, what's the point? And I never saw the point of my life. I will link a video of the meaning of human life, because I didn't see a point to mine anymore. And the Lord found me in a point of my life where I didn't see it anymore. I didn't see my life. And the Lord, He left the 99 sheep to get this one little lost sheep. And He saved me. And after that happened, after that baptism, where I remember just why I did it, and I remember every time I sing a song, or like, I remember that the Lord is my home. The Lord is my jubilee. He is my freedom. He is my purpose. His purpose is my purpose. And anyways, so the Percy Jackson books, to me, they were talking about gods, and they were talking about all this stuff, and I know it's completely separate, but this is the Lord touching me in my own personal journey with the Lord. This has nothing to do with anyone else. If your journey with the Lord is your journey with the Lord, and no one can tell you otherwise. But in my journey with the Lord was like, those Percy Jackson books are taking up more of your heart than I am. And as soon as that hit me, I came back and I burned them. I know, trust me, I read Fahrenheit 451. Anyways, but to me it was like, I'm gonna donate the books and someone else is gonna get this thing that I just wanted it out of my life, and I didn't want to ever be like, I didn't want to benefit from it. I didn't want the tax write-off. I just wanted it out of my life. And it's still sometimes something I have to deal with, because I do know a lot of Greek mythology, and I did saturate my brain with that. And I decided, nope, no more. So since then, I don't let anything, my love for anything or anyone, overcome my love for the Lord. My love for the Lord is always number one. I tell Derek, call Derek, you're number 2?
Yeah.
Derek's number 2 in my life, because the Lord is number 1. The Lord is, I pray that He may be my preeminence. He may be Lord over my life, Lord over my heart, Lord over my brain. If you have trouble with anxiety and depression as I do, ask the Lord to be Lord of your mind. It helps. But anyways, there's a tangent of just why I love books, and I love shows, and I love YouTube and Netflix and Hulu and all that jazz, same as anyone else, but that Jesus Christ is still my God, and Jesus is still Lord, and He is Lord of my life, and I do not let anything overshadow and overpower my love for Him. So, with this in mind, I am very excited to read this book. Super excited, but everything's only temporary, but the Lord is forever. Alright, I'm gonna go and maybe read or spend time with Derek, because I feel like we haven't spent that much time together. Alright, I love you guys. See you later. Bye!